Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Hagen-Botham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, powered by Hagen-Botham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we always love having our City Current partners come on the show, and that's why we're honored to be talking about chiropractic care and even amazing food. We have with us our good friend, Dr. Brittany Kasprack. She is the owner of Mid South Chiropractic and also the Bagel Nook. So, Dr. Brittany, how are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me, Jeremy.
Well, we have a lot to talk about with Mid South Chiropractic, the Bagel Nook, being a business owner and entrepreneur, but let's go ahead and dive in and start with Mid South Chiropractic. You yourself know the power of chiropractic care. Give us a little bit of your background, your backstory, and what led you to launch Mid South Chiropractic.
So I grew up seeing a chiropractor after a fall off of a horse. My parents were always chiropractic fans. And then once I had a fall, they absolutely saw the need for myself to also be seeing a chiropractor. So I grew up a fan of it. Never really thought of it as a profession for myself because it's been a predominantly male-driven field. And then eventually kind of realized, well, wait a minute, girls can do this too. And started shadowing it, fell in love with helping people, and further pursued it. I graduated 10 years ago now, which is crazy to think. That's been the fastest 10 years of my life. And I just loved it. Loved being able to help people and loved being able to kind of give a solution to pain and lifestyle issues that don't, no medicine, no surgeries, that type of perspective. But it's been great and very exciting for the future as healthcare transitions into a more conservative model. I'm looking forward to that.
And I think you knowing firsthand the power of chiropractic care is important. Share a little bit of the power of it. So when you talk about the power of chiropractic care, give us, because I know firsthand, you've got an amazing team, you yourself, I go and I've had back issues, especially with tennis, and, I feel amazing now, and, traveling now is not the burden on my back. So, I myself am as a testimonial for what you do, but talk about the power of chiropractic care, especially with holistic wellness like you're talking about.
Absolutely. Chiropractors have a perspective that the body has the ability to heal itself if given the proper ability. When you get a cut on your arm, you don't have to actively think about, so long as it's not large enough for stitches and such, but you don't have to actively think, well, let me heal that. Let me heal that. Let me heal that. Your body has the innate ability to do that. And so what we do as chiropractors is we enable the body to express its innate ability to do the healing that it needs to do. And so, there's a number of different conditions and diagnoses that we see, but all of them kind of relate back to the ability for the body to heal itself. And so, it's really a cool thing to be able to say, okay, you didn't have a headache because of a Tylenol deficiency. You had a headache because there was something else going on here. And how can we correct that? I always have to laugh when my patients say, oh yeah, well, I just take 2 Tylenol and it gets better. Well, no, it's not better. You're just masking it. And so I really love the perspective that we take as chiropractors that allows us to see what the underlying issue is and actually correct from the source versus just covering it up and putting a Band-Aid on it.
Share the process and how it starts, because for you and your team, you start with an exam to figure out, okay, where are you now in this moment? What are the issues? And then there's a process, obviously, to get you through, including, monthly check-ins. So give us an idea of the process.
Absolutely. So our new patients come in. Day one is all about getting to learn what's going on with you, what your spine is presenting, as well as your goals and what you haven't been able to do. Some patients come into us just for wellness aspects, and some patients come into us saying, I've been in pain for 3 years and haven't been able to go on a walk with my spouse or take my dogs on a walk. So finding out what your goals are and what your deficiencies are, it's all about us learning what that looks like. And for everybody, it's a little different. Most of our patients will get an exam, x-rays, and we usually do some form of therapy with them, but we really want to dig into what's going on day one. Day two, our patients will return. We go over those x-rays with them, go over their diagnosis, and go over what our recommendations are. Of course, if we feel that a patient's not a fit for chiropractic care, we'll find them the right outlet. And, those who are a fit for chiropractic care will go over our treatment recommendations. Typically, our patients go through a treatment plan. If they are, of course, dealing with some kind of pain or something that we're correcting. And once that treatment plan is finished and we get to celebrate what we call their wellness. And as you know, Jeremy, we have a wall. They get to sign their name for being out of pain. They get to ring a bell. It's a very fun day when we can celebrate that. Once they've completed that, we do what we call wellness or maintenance. And that allows them to continue in that lifestyle. We just want to make sure that, just because we fix things once doesn't mean that they'll forever stay. And that's just somewhat the reality of the body and our lifestyle, our choices. We are typically feeding our own issues. And so we want to make sure that we stay corrected. And that way we don't have to go through that process of resolving it ever again.
Talk about your different locations. Talk about your team.
Absolutely. So we have actually a new doctor just started today. We've got a team of 6 doctors, and we are spread across 3 locations at this point. That is Clarksdale, Hernando, and Olive Branch. Our team kind of is a bit of a mixing pot of different experiences, different knowledges, different interests. And we have some who are more interested in pediatrics, and that's their specialty, versus those who are more sports-based. And it all allows us to kind of co-treat in a way that's best for our patients. If for some reason the patient isn't as responsive to one form of treatment, we have so many different things in our toolbox that we can pull out and enable our patients to really, succeed with chiropractic care. So that's kind of the beauty of having multiple different doctors. And then the locations, obviously access to healthcare is so very important. And that allows us to kind of reach into different communities.
Share some tips, because you've been on before and, shared a number of really helpful tips, including, hey, make sure you're not sitting for long periods of time, get out and be mobile. Don't have a wallet in your pocket, get that out.
Yes.
So little things like that can make a big difference on your back. What are 1 or 2 things that you want to throw out there as just general good wellness tips?
I'm glad you remembered all of the past tips. I still always go back to those. Those are some of my go-to, quick, easy ones. I think for me, what I'm seeing, especially those who have kind of turned into this work from home aspect, get up with a win, a physical win each day. If you can, go for a short walk in the morning, go do some sort of exercise to start your day in a forward motion. Mentally, it creates that first win for the day, but then also, it kind of creates a day of mobility. You're less likely to want to sit all day and just become one with your computer screen. I just always am telling people, look, make it happen early, make it happen before you get busy for the day. And, oh, the day got away from me, I didn't make it to the gym. That's a great excuse and all, but what if you just got it done before the day could get away from you? So that's a big one for me. The water one I always go back to, especially this time of year. Dehydration is such a large part of what we're seeing go on with some of these conditions, and you don't really correlate the two or don't really realize it, but I promise you there is a link to dehydration and just taking in more water and moving around more. And another one I kind of go back to, especially with my older patients, is if you don't use it, you lose it. And that comes from mobility, strength, mental stuff, every aspect of it. Just keep using it, every day. Have a goal of 30 minutes of mobility or exercise, something to keep your body in motion.
Well, I mentioned it at the onset, but you're also an owner of the Bagel Nook. And I think there's this through line of investing in the community, creating job opportunities, giving back. Let's switch over and talk about the Bagel Nook. The Bagel Nook is newer, so, exciting news on that side, but share a little bit of your heart around bagels and baking and even amazing spreads and cream cheeses. And so you've got an amazing menu, but talk about the Bagel Nook.
Absolutely. So, it's always one of those things. Anytime my husband and I travel, anytime we go somewhere, we always were looking for a good bagel store. And we had to laugh. Like that was like our first priority, like where can we have a good bagel? And finally it hit me, why don't we have any good bagels around us? There's nothing real as far as the bagels that are truly made each day from scratch. Every single morning. And so anyway, we did franchise with the Bagel Nook, and they have empowered us to be able to really change what breakfast looks like. And there are no lack of options. You've been in there. And so I am learning myself how humbling it is to offer so many different options every single day. But what we do is we make the bagels from scratch, and they are made, they're refrigerated, then they are brought to a boil, and then baked in a process that is sticking to the true New Jersey, New York bagel style. And it's bringing a product to this community that nobody's ever seen before. We start baking at 2 a.m. every morning. I'm not in there at 2 a.m. luckily, but the bakers are there, and making just a really cool, unique product that we don't have here. And it's amazing just to see how far quality goes. It's not a frozen bagel. There's not, it's not pre-made. We didn't ship it in. We literally made it from scratch the day prior to you eating it. So it's really, really a neat experience. A very humbling one. I have learned so much about an industry I didn't know much about. I was warned, and let me tell you, I should have listened a little more. But it's been a really fun journey and a really welcome challenge. Again, just bringing something really cool and really fun to the community. But like you said, I mean, we have over 30 employees, and it's been really neat to see how many lives we've been able to impact just in this short time with really fun jobs. Like it's work. It's definitely fast paced, but it's fulfilling and it's very fun.
Talk about the different bagel. They're delicious, as to your point. Like you can taste the difference. But talk about the different flavors. Talk about some of the different options, because I mean it's an impressive menu. But tease us a little bit with the different options.
Yeah, so we have a full menu every single day. We run our lunch. If you want a lunch food at 8 a.m., sure, we'll get it for you. And vice versa. If it's 2 p.m. and you want breakfast, we'll get that for you as well. We have, of course, the over 30 different types of bagels every single day. Our bagels are made, we bake them, and whatever we have for the day is what we have for the day. So if we run out, we run out. Often that happens as the afternoon comes along, and each day is a little bit different. So, if there's something you really dead set on, I always say either come in early or call us and we'll set it aside for you. We have over 30 cream cheeses as well, different flavors. I know you tried the ghost pepper, which I have still yet to try because I'm terrified of ghost pepper. But we have lots of sweet, lots of savory options, pretty much something for everybody. And if you're not a bagel person, not a sandwich person, we have a full omelet menu, as well as pancakes, French toast, and then some sandwiches that we call truck sandwiches. We're quite proud to have boar's head meats, and our portions are huge and our quality is outstanding. So that all has been, kudos to the Bagel Nook for really creating a great product and a great menu. And we're just super proud to be able to offer it here in Mississippi.
Touch on the catering aspect as well.
Yeah, catering, super fun. We are able to kind of do a lot of different angles with this. We just recently did a baby shower, actually, where we were able to put the baby's colors into the bagel. So we are able to kind of get way creative with different aspects of catering. But of course, we offer the basic catering that you would have in the corporate world. The bagels, the cream cheese. We also do bagel breakfast sandwiches like bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese. pork roll, which nobody seems to know what that is in the South. Pork roll is like a mix of Spam and ham, but it's really good. I know that doesn't sound good, but it's really amazing. And we're able to kind of, make creative things to work for different workplaces. And that's actually been a huge hit for us. Like we have really enjoyed seeing the pictures of everybody gathered around and enjoying something different.
Touch on the community aspect of this, the giving back, the heart for making a difference, why all of this is so important for you personally to be able to fuel this positive energy and growth in the community.
It doesn't always hit me in the moment when we're in the process of, okay, it's rush hour on Saturday and we're going crazy, doing one thing or another. But, afterwards, I kind of sit down and I think, gosh, these young people have really learned a lot being in this environment. They're having to work, like putting that on your resume, has been just really cool. Like sometimes I have to sit down and really pinch myself, but then more so like, your management, your, people in the back of the house, they're having so much opportunity. I personally haven't had as much opportunity to work with young people and kind of learn that generation. So I have to a bit sometimes realize, okay, this is a first job for this person and they don't know that this is how you're supposed to do things. So I would like to think we're creating better outcomes for those people and allowing them to grow. But then also, on the Mid South Chiropractic side, all of our doctors are from, different areas, and we've kind of brought them here. One or two are from, within an hour or two away, but it enables us to bring really great people into this community. And I think there's something to be said about just, like I said, you don't realize it in the moment, but in the overall, you look at it and you say, wow, like that family is better because of something we've done and because of the push that we're making. And, maybe they don't think that when they're on their 300th bagel to slice for the day or the, whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, we're bringing together really great people and we're providing a lifestyle for them that allows them to enjoy their lives.
Well, let's wrap up on both sides. So give us the website and how we take next steps for Mid South Chiropractic, and then also to give us the website and information, even for catering, for the Bagel Nook.
Absolutely. So Mid South Chiropractic, like I said, our 3 locations, Olive Branch, Hernando, and Clarksdale. You can find us at midsouthchiropractic.com. All of our information is there. You can make an appointment online. And the Bagel Nook, easy, thebagelnook.com. We also have all of our catering information, our menus there. We're located in Silo Square in Southaven. And we're also available through DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and such.
Well, Dr. Brittany Kasprack, thank you for being a City Current partner, a change maker, an entrepreneur, and business owner. Thank you for all you and your amazing team do to power the good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thanks for all that you guys are doing. You are awesome, and we are just so humbled to be partners.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.